this all sideways. I cock it sideways like my gangsta hat.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
No, that's how you hold a gun.
Oh, right, gangsta gun. We got it. Hey, listen to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 262. I'm Brando. I'm here with Brian, and we're going to take a break from the arc of the Outer Deck Belt. I'm going to hit you with some Turn Zero bullshit. Now, hit our theme song! Hey, Ryan. We're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We're back after yesterday's show to deliver some sweet, sweet bonus show action.
Yes.
But before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, your source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. Still have an order waiting on the desk in the office of my house, of my yard, of my bedroom, on a bump on the log on the bottom of the sea. Still have no idea what's in it.
Man, I love that song. when you sang it, was there a flea on the fly on the hair on the wart on the frog on the bump on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea?
Could have been. Wasn't there, though.
I'm impressed that I remembered all those things.
Holy, that's what you remember?
Because some people don't have the flea or the fly or the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they just stop at the wart. And it's like, that's coward shit.
That is some coward shit. I think I went right into single-celled amoeba one time. That's what you remember. Hey, did you ever remember to use CCO Fusion 5 promo code when going to FusionGamingOnline.com?
Each and every time I make an order, Ryan.
Because it saves you 5%?
5% off stuff I was going to buy anyway.
You were going to buy it, mother, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even get an ass there.
Man, the white glow from the screen is hitting me. I feel all jaundiced. If you're watching on YouTube, you'd be able to see that.
Yeah,
you should be, because you're listening to us anyway.
You can see Brando look like an Insta chick or a TikToker.
Today, which
I
is
know. Here it comes.
Tuesday,
Shouldn't have brought it up.
posted on Twitter.
Here it comes.
Every time I click on anybody's TikTok video, every single mother ass one of them, I used mother ass. It's just some totally unrelated thing that they said, like their fucking tweet, just superimposed over them lip syncing some fucking song. Is that what TikTok is? Because TikTok is stupid. Why isn't there a CCO TikTok? Because TikTok is stupid.
I tried to convince Rebecca that she should do CCO TikToks with me. But as per yesterday, or the day before, I'm not sure, she doesn't like fun. So no CCO TikTok for you.
So, like, you guys were just going to, like, lip sync some songs or what?
I don't know. I was going to maybe talk with my butt like Ace Ventura. No, I had no idea.
Huh.
Yes, that is what TikTok is for the most part.
Now, TikTok is horrible. What's the point?
Yeah, it's...
If I want to see lip syncing, I'll watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
If I want to watch lip syncing,
I'll watch Milli Vanilli.
Oh, I was going to make a really dirty joke, and I'm glad you interrupted me.
I'm going to watch the time that Kiss showed up on WCW Monday Nitro to introduce the Kiss Demon, John Torborg, some fucking guy named Torborg, and they lip synced the whole song, and it was the lowest rated segment in the history of Monday Nitro at the time.
That's what you remember? But you forgot you had a wedding? Somebody that you care for deeply enough to visit them on their most intimate day, and that's why we're here tonight?
Yeah.
That's what you remember?
Yeah. But you see, Ryan, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm older than you, and my model of human, the memory, once it gets filled, it's really hard to get anything stuck in there. And I remember all these random wrestling facts.
Because they happened before you're fucking used up.
Exactly. And that song from earlier, right? So when new things come in, it's a lot more difficult to really hang on to that shit because I have not received my memory upgrade in the mail yet.
Yeah, I understand. Here, got a deep cut movie reference, and I know that CCO Nation likes this one. You got your memory removed like Ben on Treasure Planet? Captain Flint ripped out the back of his memory thing, so he forgot that he rigged the whole planet to be booby-trapped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and I know that CCO Nation likes Treasure Planet because whenever I go to Sliver Moon, it looks like Montresor Spaceport. And I take a picture, post on Twitter, people like it. It's a good-ass movie. Have you ever read Treasure Island? Robert Louis Stevenson.
Long time ago.
Time
and
ago?
only once.
He also wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I read that one.
Short story, only 88 pages. It's a good one.
It's a good one. That one and Who Goes There. Two very good.
We very much have had this conversation on the show, I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
because I do like Robert Louis Stevenson. A very avid opioid user, died of an aneurysm. That I don't recommend. Not so good.
No.
I'd rather just die of old age.
Yes, agreed. I would also rather die of old age or like of something just super awesome.
Catastrophically awesome.
Oh, yeah, like something just
like going to
amazing.
Treasure Planet and having the whole planet explode.
Yeah.
Or like the Titanic or something. Do you remember Brando? Yeah, he was on the Titanic. Oh, no way. Did he die? Yeah.
Well, no, I'd be like steering the boat into the iceberg, right? That's
Well, if
he
you want an
steered the-
epically awesome ending, then yes, you steer directly for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what, guys? We're going to hold my beer. We're going to do something sweet. We're going to jump this boat over the iceberg, and we're going to make it to Canada way faster. I think that's where the Titanic was going, right?
In New York.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, not general interest, but there you go.
Let me hit you with something that is general interest and Titanic related and related to a day that I had right here in the room right over there. I think this would be a year or two ago, where somebody called me and told me that they thought that the Titanic's sinking
Was a hoax.
not a hoax,
Huh?
but it wasn't an iceberg. It was a U-boat.
Did they have U-boats in 1912?
I don't think they did, and that's what I told them. But they were like,
You
"No."
mean like a submarine,
Yes.
like a
Yes.
military submarine?
Yes, shooting a
Torpedoes.
torpedo. Yes, that is what this person thought. I was like, dude, I can't promise you that that's not what happened, but that isn't what happened.
I don't think that's what happened.
No, I definitely don't think that's what happened.
Haven't you ever seen James Cameron's Titanic? It was one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
And was 100% historically accurate based on that old lady being alive still.
Yes, and the hand, when you wipe it down a steamy interior of a car, that's the shape it makes.
Huh.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about, guaranteed. Everybody, because it was one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
No.
You fucking have.
No.
You've never seen Titanic?
Nope.
We, next Magic Fest, are having a Titanic movie watching party. You'll laugh, you'll cry, your pants might get tight for a few minutes.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, when the guy falls off the back of the boat and hits the propeller.
Oh, I've seen that.
You've seen that part?
Oh, yeah, I've seen a bunch of clips from them. I've seen all the good parts, but I've never seen the movie. You know why I never saw the movie? Because I knew the ending.
Everybody knows the ending. It happened 108 years ago.
I know. But people still went to see it. I don't understand it. I don't have to understand why people do what they do.
109 years ago.
It's a long time ago.
Sure.
They built a giant boat, crashed into an iceberg. What a waste.
What a waste. Yeah, what a bunch of wasters.
What a bunch of idiots. They should have just sailed to fucking New York.
They should have just flew.
That's what they should. Yeah, they should. Yes.
Just jump on a jumbo jet.
some of that spruce goose? That spruce goose action.
I have no idea what that
With
is.
the spruce moose. What the hell was that boat called?
The Spruce Moose, that sounds like Canada Post's mail carriers.
That super rich guy who like owned all those airplanes. He tried to build like the biggest, most super duperest airplane of all time. He was the germaphobe guy. There was a whole Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns was being like him, and his fingernails were all long, and he was wearing Kleenex boxes on his feet instead of shoes.
Joe is going to have it on the screen. He's going to know.
He wanted Smithers to jump in the spruce moose, and then Smithers was like, "That's a model, sir." So Burns pulls a gun on him, and Cox is like, "Hop in, Smithers." Right? Like, see, there I go remembering shit again.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's it. Joe will have it on the screen. We don't know. Speaking of having it on the screen,
Okay, all right.
social media coordinates, CCO Brando, CCO Ryan, or CCO Podcast. I'm CCO Ryan. That's my screen name. You can follow us there. Like and follow the CCO Facebook page for all of our updates on our call time giveaway.
And new altar auctions every Thursday.
Oh, yeah. And our merch updates coming soon. We'll be showing them off. And if you're a content creator, if you want to have Brando on your stream to maybe show off some of the new stuff, that Twitter handle, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I love being on shows with people. I had a lot of fun. Last week I was talking about how I was on streams with all these people. I made all kinds of new friends and had lots of fun. And that's what I like to do with my life. So if I ever get an opportunity to help somebody out or just, do that with people, I
Shill your own
much want
stuff
to.
when it comes out. Do it for you, man. Do it for you.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Well,
kill those MtG lexicon guys with Corona the False God for yourself. You're so used to giving and giving and giving. When somebody's asshole is wide open, you stick a Corona in it. Ooh, that got dark.
You know, we haven't made a butt chug joke on the show in a long time.
Wow, this is as close as you're getting.
And here we are. Yep. It's not where I thought we were going to go when we started this conversation, but it is where we have ended up.
Yeah, and if you want that kind of thing to happen to you verbally via a nickname, patreon.com/CCO Podcast. And don't forget, when we do our new merch, it's coming. We promise. We promise. Patrons are going to be the first to know. They're going to be the first to have an opportunity to see it, to get it, to look at it, to have it, to hold it, to cherish it, and to maybe rub it all over their naked bodies.
Yeah. Yeah. You said it better than I could. You were practicing that, weren't you?
No, I wasn't, but I was imagining rubbing it all over my naked body.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's weird, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Today on CCO Podcast, episode 262, holding dice in your butt cheeks.
You shouldn't do that. They makes them smell real bad, and if you sit down funny, it's going to jam like kind of up.
Well, no, I'll only stand up.
Like your upper taint, kind of, where your
I'll
tailbone
only stand
is.
up so I make glutes of steel. I can crack those dice right in half like fucking walnuts. We don't have a deck today. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
No deck today. This is a little bit of a continuation from yester episode. Oh, you got something?
Oh, I got a thing. It's dice related. It's dice and painting related. So I bought some of that super duper black paint.
Oh, yeah.
And
Vanta Black 2.0?
It's black 3.0.
They got 3.0
3.0, the blackest paint there is.
Oh, the Ultra Black 1000 and 3.0?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so black. And what I did was I got a set of these polyhedral dice that are glow in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
And I painted one of them so that...
Like just the pips?
No, the whole dice.
The whole ass?
Thing, and then I scratched the numbers out with a toothpick.
Oh, yeah?
And it looked fucking cool.
Did it work in the dark?
Yeah, because the glow in the dark glows in the dark through it once I like scratched the paint off, and that was great, and it looked really really cool. And I didn't take a picture of it because I'm an idiot. And then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna practice rolling this because apparently the paint isn't super durable. And I like rolled it and it went onto the table and just cracked the paint all over, and that sucks. So now my whole plan has gone to shit, and I'm going to buy some primer and try again.
Well, if you don't want the paint, I'll take it and do some alters with it. We'll do some experiments. And of course, you could always do Brando alters with them. I think Joe has a picture too. It's another benefit to becoming a patron. Other than all the early access to the merch and the nicknames, the Brando alters, we've got maybe some snakes and goblins.
My recent patch, I'm really proud of them, and I think people are happy with them as well. One of the streams I was on, somebody played with one of them. I was so...
Oh, no way.
I've never been that excited for fucking anything. I gave the guy a plant token with that sword that gives plant tokens, dowsing dagger.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hang on, I got the best tokens." And it was this little plant token. I made
man,
and it was
cool.
It was an evergreen tree that had an axe, and he had killed the lumberjack that was trying to get him.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
so,
good.
Of course, another benefit, as are the CCO stickers or whatever. But enough about that.
Yeah, we're talking about all kinds of things. It's a bonus episode. Do what we want.
Yeah, we'll do what we mother ass want.
Yeah.
Yesterday we talked about kind of let's call it the power level conversation.
Sure.
Right? Power level conversation regarding Urza decks, Voltron or combo, how competitive, blah, blah, blah. Today, I wanted to pick your brain because I think you're good at it and you're more experienced with regards to VEDH than I am at the proverbial colloquial Rule Zero conversation.
Sure.
So where do you think is a good place to begin? And what I mean is this conversation or the Rule Zero chat. Choose your own adventure.
Two things.
Sure.
One, there's a super simple answer to the Rule Zero conversation.
Oh, this was the hint from yesterday.
If you are looking to get into a casual beer drinking game of Magic, if you want to have a casual beer drinking game of Magic, every game of Magic is a casual beer drinking game of Magic because all you have to do is play for fun and drink beer.
But what if I want to win?
Then that's on you, and you don't want that casual beer drinking experience bad enough.
Oh, okay. What if my friends always target me? What if I'm so much better than my friends they have to gang up on me?
That's not true. It's not. It's not. Magic deck construction is a skill, and there's a lot of skill involved in playing a game of Magic the Gathering. But at the end of the day, the game has a lot of variance in it, and like there is no situation in which you will be the target all the time unless you're building decks that make you the target all the time.
But I am that person.
Then stop being that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just stop doing that. That's on you. It's not your friends being a jerk. It's you. And I don't know if that sounds harsh, but if you find yourself getting targeted all the time everywhere you go, that's something that you're doing. And maybe it's not malicious and it doesn't make you a bad person.
And it might not even be on purpose, right?
Yeah. Like
you might just like that style of deck, or your card pool, your collection size might be deeper. You might have more powerful cards. You might be a more skilled player, or more, not even skilled, just more experienced. You know what more cards do. You have a better capacity to understand board states as a result.
We have people in our local meta, and I'm going to say I haven't played with them a lot, and that's not on purpose. It's just the way things have gone over the last little while, where I know that they come from like 60 card constructed, competitive. They're tournament grinders. They show up at all the events that we go to play in the main event, and they practice and they do all that stuff. And when they build their EDH decks, I am perfectly aware that those guys build like with that.
They bring the same mentality.
Yes, that's the word. And that doesn't make them that person.
Or a pub stomper.
Yeah, or they just, that's the kind of Magic they want to play. And to them, maybe that isn't like the cEDH super duper deck, but they're used to playing the most compact and optimized cards. That's what they do.
And it probably isn't.
Yeah.
Right? If they're used to playing modern and historic and brawl, or not brawl, but like stuff on MTG Arena because they want to grind for points or whatever the fuck the kids do these days.
Yeah.
Probably they're not coming with the most optimized, tuned 100 out of 100 optimized list as per the cEDH deck building database that some arbitrary whoever says this is the best list. Mm-hmm. They're probably not doing that.
Correct.
I want to go back to something you said a couple minutes ago.
Hit me.
I was trying to devil's advocate you. I was trying to say, well, I am the best, or I am more powerful, or blah, 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 blah. You said that's on me to stop building those kinds of decks. Yeah. We can go a step further.
Sure.
We got to go a step further. I just build jank tribal now. I build ladies looking left tribal. I build this, I build that, and they still target me. Am I not doing enough? Am I not building jank enough? Am I not picking obscure or obtuse enough themes?
I would suggest at that point that now it's not on you anymore. Now it's on them for not understanding the shift at the base of your deck building philosophy, or
the shift in the base of your deck building philosophy. I'm going to make less powerful or less optimized, more variable decks as to not be a big threat.
Right.
I'm changing my reputation when it comes to casual games.
Yep.
Okay.
And I mean, sometimes people just don't accept that.
And do I articulate that to my play group or my friends to say, hey, these are like really jank decks, and you really explain it to them like we talked about yesterday, honest communication?
I think with your friends, you can sit down and have that conversation. It's like, yo, guys, like,
this isn't fun for me anymore.
I'm not having as much fun as I should be, so I built, like, these are lower powered. Let's have a couple of games. Let's see how it shakes out. And since they're your friends, and if they're actually your friends, you're going to go back to having fun. In public, it's a little bit more difficult to do that. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's a little bit more difficult even using the mythical Rule Zero conversation to even get people to buy that. Because I've seen people who play deck. Well, I forget what the hell the deck was that the guy said. But we'll use ladies looking left tribal.
Sure.
Where it's ladies looking left tribal in like a hardcore mono blue combo control shell.
Oh, no. You know what I want to use? I want to use ladies looking less tribal. No tribal tattoos on their lower backs.
That would be remarkably easy to do.
There's not very many ladies with tribal tattoos on their lower backs in Magic?
I can't think of any.
Well, not since the mid-90s.
Maybe Rada. Rada
Maybe
Erdikel
Rada
probably
does.
has them. I bet you she's got like mad tribal tattoos.
Yeah, but like the really giant ones that cover her whole body that some old fat dude hit with a stick instead of like a tattoo gun. You know how bad those hurt?
I'd imagine it hurts real bad.
Yes.
I've seen them do them on the TV.
Yeah.
And I nope, I never want to do that.
Not interested.
Polynesian tattooing, is that what that is?
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
think that's the thing, but not for me. I have tattoos; they're pretty big. I've had fairly long sessions, but I would never sit with the needle.
Just get hammered by a stick with a bunch of needles in it. No. So what is it? Derailment. I don't even remember where we were.
I'm going to hit you with a hot take,
Gotcha.
and this is the hot take because I think that the
Hotter than it's on fucking you to change your deck building philosophy? Hotter than that?
yeah
Okay.
yeah, and maybe you'll even get mad at me for this. I don't know, but I'm going to say it.
High degrees of Celsius Cookout Podcast.
Correct.
That was a little stretch there for a CCO, but got there.
We got there. So here it is. I think that over the last few weeks, months.
Months? Like during the pandemic or starting at the start of pandemic? Give me a timeline.
The last few months starting from today and going backwards.
Okay.
I've noticed on a lot of the Magic socials, Magic Twitter, Magic Facebook, a lot of this, the Rule Zero conversation has come up to the point that I think that the Rule Zero conversation has become such an air quotes essential part of any game that it's become counterintuitive to I built this sweet deck and I want to surprise everybody with all the cool shit that's in it because people expect you to list off every fucking card that you play. Like, I play a Gaia's Cradle. Well, that's not casual. Well, I'm trying to storm with a bunch of spells that cost fucking 7. Like, if you would let me play my deck, you'll see that I'm using this card in a very casual way. The deck's from yesterday. You're playing Urza. That's not casual. You need to give me the 99 in alphabetical order before I'll believe you. Fuck you. I built a bubblegum deck. Like, I think that people are getting so into the fine tuning and
the fine print of Rule Zero, like you have to be a fucking law major.
Yeah, and all three of you other people out there that want to play a game with me have to ascribe to what I'm looking for in a game because that's what it has to be, and we all have to like fucking twist and do backflips and back bends and put our legs around our fucking head in the lotus position.
Ooh, what
and
are we talking
switch all
about?
of our decks so that we can all have a game that we agree can be fun.
Oh yeah.
Here's a Rule Zero fucking hit for you. Magic is fun. That's why we play it. If you're not having fun playing Magic, take a break.
Play something else.
Play a different game for a while and then come back. Because
They don't call it cardboard crack for nothing. You will be back.
you can have fun in any situation playing any deck against any other deck. And while I know that you want to win, you want to be competitive, you want to participate and impact the game of Magic that you're playing, I think that that's what you should be shooting for with the Rule Zero. Not trying to... Because I feel now some of the conversations I have had is it's like ramming me into this box. Where it's like, okay,
Yeah, it's almost like you have to have an airtight prenuptial agreement.
Yeah.
Before you can have fun.
Yeah. Is it hypothetically possible for your deck to win on before turn 4? Well,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went over this yesterday.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's a 5-card combo.
yeah, too fast. but my deck doesn't. Like it can, but it doesn't. If I draw the perfect 5, I can win on turn 4. Too fast. What the fuck? Does your deck kill everybody at the table at once? This is a specific question that was asked of me.
Really?
And my answer is always yes, because all of my decks try to kill everybody at once. Because that's how I fucking like to
Like
play
with
Magic.
a 40-point earthquake or like 10 crater hoofs copied after you green storm.
Yes.
Yes, stuff like that,
That's
right?
what I want to do. Like, that's just how I play. Yeah. I don't want that. We got to figure something else out.
You can only win via combat damage attacking 1 or 2 players at a time.
Yeah. And it's like, what
We don't want to get too specific because we
yeah.
don't want to single anybody out.
Yeah, absolutely not. But like those are real things that people, I think, because the turn 0 conversation has become such a
Contract.
like a contract and such a huge thing that everybody's talking about all the time and putting all this weight and importance on. I think that it's kind of sucked out this is Brutaclad and the 7 dwarves. It wins by attacking with dwarves. Well, yeah, it plays some crazy fucking mana in it. It's got that Tolarian Academy that you can actually play.
Oh, yeah, the flippy dippy one?
It can go fast as hell. It doesn't, but it can go fast as hell. And some people think, no, too competitive, because it plays card X, Y, and Z. And I was like, come on, man. And I think that kind of thinking is detrimental to just having fun, interactive games of Commander. And sometimes, this is the last thing I'm going to say on this one, sometimes the best way to figure out whether your turn 0 conversation with somebody actually worked the way that you want it to is to just play a game and see how it goes.
Get close. Get close, and then just play. Was it fun or not?
Yeah, like, I want to play this. This is what it kind of does. One sentence. I'm cool with that. I'm going to play this deck. It kind of does the same thing. Sure. Okay, I'm going to grab this. I just built it. I'm not sure where it's sitting. Fucking sweet. This is my favorite deck. It might go a little bit faster, but let's just play and see how it goes. Fucking cool.
Let's smash.
You play a 45-minute, hour, 20-minute game. Do we all have fun? Yeah, let's play again. Same decks. Now let's switch it up. And now you have an inkling of what everybody's coming from. If there's any pub stomping assholes, or if there's any butthurt jerkbags. And that's the best way to figure out who you're playing with. And then when you're looking for more games, pick the people that you like playing with.
Okay, let me hit you with another thing. This is for CCO Nation. You say it should be fun. Magic is fun.
Yes. It's a game. Games are fun.
Yeah, so here's the thing, and I've a little bit equated playing Magic to the automotive industry. We've talked about it. I've talked about it on Commander at Populum a little bit, and it's an analogy that is strong because the automotive industry, in the way that I'm going to talk about it, is like a hobby. Magic is a hobby.
Yes.
Comparable. Automotive things, particular race cars, horsepower, going fast in a car, very spendy, expensive.
Yes.
Magic, very spendy.
Yeah.
So every month, Car and Driver, and this website, and that website, and Car Magazine this, Car Magazine that. Oh, the new Corvette this, the new Mustang that, the new Challenger this. As a car enthusiast, how the fuck am I supposed to keep up with it? I don't know everything about every single car, how much horsepower, how many gears, how many 0 to 60, how many times per second does the suspension measure where the car is sitting on the ground? How am I supposed to know all this?
I don't even understand what you just said.
Exactly.
Now, you left me in the dust. That's a car reference. I can make it.
There it is. How, as a car enthusiast, am I supposed to know everything from every model that comes out? Every 2 weeks, there's a new article on a new piece of research on a new type of car, Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Tesla. How am I supposed to know everything?
You're not, right?
Yeah.
That's the answer? You're not.
Exactly.
You can't.
Being a car enthusiast is my for fun hobby that happens to be expensive, but I want to drive fast and I want to own, all the collector versions of all the cars that exist. And new cars come out every year. How am I supposed to buy a new car every year?
You're not?
You're not.
You're not.
You're not. So when people say,
want,
Watsy,
right?
slow down, I can't keep up. There's so many cards. You don't have to keep up.
Yeah.
Right?
Just get the ones you want.
And ask yourself, and it doesn't matter if it's a race car or whatever. It could be your ultra fucking economy, let's say Honda Civic, perfectly serviceable car, one of the world's most popular cars of all time. I get a 2020 new one. I'm supporting the economy in 2020. Let's
put a fart can on it and a spoiler, paint a fucking fire-breathing dragon on the hood and up over the windshield onto the roof and shit. LED light that shit out.
Not what I was going to say.
Hell yeah, giant pumping sound system. Take the back seat out for a giant subwoofer that blows your hair all around crazy. Yeah.
That would be the Honda Civic equivalent of your Nor and the Wary deck.
That's right.
Okay. 2021 rolls around.
Oh, no.
Fucking new Honda Civic.
Now what do I do?
Better buy a new one. Better start over with foiling out my whole deck. That doesn't matter.
No, it does
That's not what we're talking about, but it's an analogy. Magic to automotive industry is an analogy that resonates with, I know, a lot of people in the nation because they are car enthusiasts and they know how much that hobby can cost. And lots of people who listen and lots of people that are content creators that I've talked to have built and like restored cars or trucks.
Oh, wow.
Or even built drag racing cars.
Wow.
And nothing's more expensive than horsepower. Fucking nothing is more expensive than horsepower.
But lasers.
Well, how big?
Like,
Nothing's more expensive than horsepower. And when something comes out, maybe a new part, maybe different tires, different transmission that lets you go faster, you don't go out and fucking buy it unless you're like the U.S. military who's got $1 trillion budget every month. Nobody buys that shit every single time it comes out, even if you're like hardcore into drag racing. So just be cool. That's my hot take. Was that a hot take? I don't know.
yeah, it's fine.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's 7 out of 10 at best.
Okay, let's get back to where we were. We're talking about Rule 0.
I just told people to change their fucking way of thinking or shut up.
Let's get back to it though, because for some people that's effective.
Yeah.
For others,
Some people will take umbrage with that.
Yes.
And for those people,
I've always found it effective in teaching or coaching to tell them what to do instead of what not to do.
Yeah.
There's infinity things that I maybe shouldn't do, but if I'm trying to have an effective Rule 0 conversation, there's only a few effective ways to have one. And you simplified it in a good way that was good for the method that you were communicating in. Let's say you and I sit down with two strangers, and it's relevant to us because we're playing at our local game store on Thursday.
yeah.
Two random guys. Remember you text me? Yeah, some regulars, some new guys I never seen before, some guys I seen at draft that play Commander now because they couldn't draft over the pandemic.
Yeah,
Right? That's an accurate kind of synopsis of who was there.
absolutely.
Yes.
That's what happened.
And I played with two dudes that I never ever met before ever. And with Lloyd, which I played with like lots.
Yeah, and he's grown like a foot.
Yes, and he was already tall and old, and now he's taller and older.
He's like 7,000 feet tall.
Yes.
He's so tall.
Yes. We should call him prime time. Lloyd time. So I play with Lloyd. He sits down. What are you guys playing? I go, my Elsha deck. Elsha Dragon Storm. And the guy beside me, I told this story last week, so I'll be quick. Oh, that's my cEDH deck. I'm like, oh, no. This is Dragon's Approach. I played 2 dragons. And he was like, okay, cool. I won't grab my cEDH. Then I'll play this. It was like, it was Esper, Zombie, Scry, and then discard, or draw and discard.
With the
Esper
Elsha?
one that makes zombies.
It's not Elsha. I know the one. It looks kind of like a Geiger painting. It's on the screen right
Yeah,
now.
Joe will have it on the screen because you should be watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then the other guy had a Aloro deck. I'm playing a burn deck, so and I tell him that, like, this is kind of a commander burn deck, so I'm going to be gunning for you because you're going to be gaining 2 life, and I'm going to be doing 3 damage every turn, so you're going to pull ahead of, like, the other 2 guys. Lo and behold, that's exactly how the game fucking turned out. Like, I am not an experienced Magic player. But Lloyd actually went above and beyond. He said, this is my Kess Dissident Mage deck. I try to cast or copy a gamble or something that lets me tutor, and then I try to discard, and then I get like copies of stuff with Thousand Year Storm or Swarm Intelligence from my graveyard. And I do play Demonic Consultation to try and win. And he told me there's a Lab Maniac in here. It's not a Thassa's Oracle.
Sure.
I think all of those are fine things to do and to say. And it was like 4 dudes having a conversation.
Yeah, and there wasn't like a checklist.
No checklist.
And you took people at their word?
I didn't have to cut my hand and drip blood onto anybody.
Yeah, it was like, that's my cEDH list, not this. This is Dragon's Approach.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm going to put my cEDH deck down. I'll grab this zombie grit. Cool.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing to it.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what happened is, like, I told the story last week, so listen to last week's episode 2, turn 3, 1,000 Year Storm.
Boom.
And I'm like, oh, mother ass, right? And then triple windfall. So I got milled, which is totally fine. And it actually made all the decks work better because we had a zombie deck. We had a Past in Flames in my graveyard, zombie deck that cared about zombies in his graveyard, and Lloyd actually hit a bunch of stuff for his Kess to cast, double cast, triple cast, because he had a 1,000 Year Storm.
Right.
So it worked out good for everybody, and the Orloro guy didn't give a shit. He was just trying to gain life.
He was at 100 life.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit. And the point of telling all of this is, it's not like Brando says, a binding contract. It's something that you can just talk about and of course be upfront. Don't be misleading, and don't say what your deck does in bad faith or anything like that. It's just, and I hate to just say, be fucking honest.
But it is that, you say there's no simple answer. It is that simple. And we talked about it earlier in the episode. Just play a few games with people and just tell them. I have had Rule Zero conversations with people, and these are my favorite ones, where they don't even, this is the deck I'm playing. I'm just here to fucking sling spells and have fun. And everybody's like, yeah, that's what I'm here to do too. Well, how fast does it go? I don't know. Like, it's pretty fast, but not super fast. Yeah, whatever. And we all grab.
And that works?
Yeah. And like, I've had a couple of games where like they're totally mismatched.
I think before I forget, I think that's what people are trying to avoid. Not the I'm trying to avoid all games that will be mismatched so I don't get pub stomped or beaten, or I'm a new player and I don't know anything, or whatever. Or I think somebody's trying to cEDH target me. But people want to play 0 bad games. 0.
And that's impossible.
Maybe that's why they call it Rule 0, is you're trying to play 0 bad games.
And if you're not interacting with, and I've had these games, I played one on Thursday where I just drew land for like 40 minutes. I just drew and played land, and I had nothing.
Ooh.
I had nothing. And that's a objectively bad game of Magic, but I didn't not have fun because I was playing Magic with 3 other people. We were having fun. When I finally did draw some interaction, it's like, ooh, and I cooked somebody's shit to like save another guy, and like it's, you can still interact with the game and you can still have fun, but at that point the fun becomes less on I'm winning and more on I'm having fun, either making or with my friends.
Ooh, okay. Let me hit you with this question.
Do it.
Do you Rule 0, or do you add into your Rule 0 conversation and potentially remove yourself from a game if you think, or if you know, a player in the pod and yourself don't jive and you don't want to play with them? Because that game that you just described, think if like your worst enemy was across the table from you. Would it have been even worse, and would you have not wanted to play there? Or, and it changes whether you know the players and you don't know the players. Truth. If you know the players, you just don't sit down. Hey, we need a 4th. No, I got to piss. Or no, I'm going to go to the dollar store and get a bag of candy. You guys start without me.
Yeah.
Easy enough, as long as you're kind of comfortable saying, no, I got to do whatever, make something up.
Yeah, you don't have to play every game offered to you. You'll get another one.
Yeah, exactly. But you're at a Magic Fest, and some person is sitting there and they're a jerk, but you don't know that. So you sit down and you have the Rule 0 conversation with them, and something about them doesn't rub you the right way. Do you remove yourself there? Because if you have a mismatched in decks by accident, or you have a bad game and you just are having a bad game and it's not as fun, and then you got some jerk that you got to deal with in addition.
Never have I left a game or not wanted to play with somebody because the deck meshing wasn't there. I have been in situations where I've met somebody for the first time that day and
figured out you don't like them.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't really appreciate this other human, so I'm just going to endeavor to not play with them. It turned out that they kind of liked me and kind of sought me out to play with me a couple of times, and it's like, fuck, how do I, god damn it. But
I think I know who you're talking about.
And
I think you and I played in the same game with that person again, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
And it's nothing personal. It's just like we didn't jive with them, and that's fine. And I have been in situations where like I'll politely decline, like I don't think so. At EDH and M, it's not very often, but it's like I've said this, like you play a little bit more cutthroat than I'm feeling tonight, so I'm gonna go over here. And they understand.
That's fine.
Because we know each other,
yes,
right?
Yes. And that's a familiarity thing, right? Like you guys, I know that you and you, if there's 2 or 3, I know that you guys are, a little bit.
Yeah, like, and I've had the same thing where it's like, you guys play you guys don't play as like competitively or as fast as I want to go, so I'm going to go play with my buddies over here. Sure.
And you know what? 2 things can happen there. 2 things can happen. They can say, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. We only have 1 deck, or like we only brought cEDH tonight, right?
Yeah.
Or they could say, Oh, that's no problem. I'm working on this new deck. I'm working on this new one. It's like Starfish Tribal.
Yeah, we're gonna try something different and give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Play a good game. It all comes down to the people at the end of the day. Anyway, if you're playing with good people, you're gonna have good games.
I do have to say something else too. It shouldn't be. I had it in my head, but then we started talking about something else.
Oh no.
If you're playing with somebody that you don't jive with, it is okay to leave the game. It is not okay to be rude to them. You still have to be polite, courteous, cordial. You still have to be all of those things. So you're being a good human.
Yeah.
But remember, it is okay to leave the game, to excuse yourself, to say, hey, I forgot I got somewhere to be, or even just, hey, I'm not having as much fun as I thought I was going to in this pod, or I'm having a bad day, or I want to shuffle up and start a new game because this game isn't for me.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things as long as you're being polite and honest and polite.
All those things that Ryan said, that's the good idea. Don't say, you suck, and I don't like playing with you, so I'm fucking out of here.
That's why we say what to do instead of what not to do.
Exactly.
You don't even put the bad idea in their head. You only give them the good idea.
Oh no, somebody's gonna do that to me now. I guarantee they're gonna point at me just like I did.
You
and everything.
suck.
You suck, Brando.
You know what? They won't be CCO national lights, and they'll say F you, and you'll be like, oh, thanks. And you'll just get right under their skin, hey?
Yes, I hope that happens someday
I want
now.
that to happen so bad.
Yeah, that's what I want now.
I just
that's
want
what I want.
somebody to actually fucking mean it.
Yeah.
And mean it in a bad way, because I know CCO Nation means it in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would be down for it. But I think that the main point is, like, you can have bad games with your cards not working, your deck's not functioning, and that's fine, because at the end of the day, we're all out having fun. And if you're... Donovan, set the alarm.
Oh, no. Do you got to run?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we're back.
That's close.
We are back. The alarm went off, and Brando took off down the stairs, and I thought that Donovan remembered and came back in because the alarm was shut off so fast.
I jumped down like 3 flights of stairs.
Just in the crack in between where the stairs go like this,
You
you
hit the
jump down
ground.
like a superhero. Yeah, one arm up like this.
Oh.
Oh man, I just imagine, like, what if there was a cleaning lady also in here, and she came around from the corner of the kitchen saying, "Hey, what the fuck's going on?" And Brando just smucked her, just looked like a linebacker hitting a cartoon character.
Oh man, it'd be nothing but like a shirt, 2 rubber gloves, and a pair of shoes on the ground. Oh.
And the shape of a cleaning lady in the wall, like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, excellent. Okay, it's okay to have a bad game or a bad day or draw, get land flooded.
Is if you're playing with a good group of people and things are kind of working the way that they should be on a personality of your players kind of level, you know what's probably going to happen is you're going to have, for example, I had an opportunity over like 9 turns to draw a forest every turn, and I wasn't dead. They didn't target me and blow up anything I played. They just kind of fought it out amongst each other and waited to see if I caught up, and then when I didn't, they killed me too.
No.
You know what I mean? But like...
Because that's how the game goes.
Yeah, because that's how Magic, at the end of the day, it's a game. There has to be a winner in the game.
Yeah.
But there's 4 people in the commander pod, and if you're in a good pod and you're having a good time just kind of bullshitting and slinging cardboard and shit, like, you're going to get okay games, and you're going to get to interact and play with the game because the dynamics interpersonally are also important.
I got this. I got the truth. I'll hit him with it. I'll hit him with this truth. Subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the fucking truth. Having a good game is predicated, yes, on good or sound deck construction and knowing how to play Magic at a reasonable level.
And if you don't know something, you don't know that thing, and let somebody who does know it teach it to you.
All of that's fine, but I bet you, the best games of Magic, everything else notwithstanding, is predicated. The best game is predicated on being a good human being.
Yeah.
Because if you're nice, usually people are nice to you if you're open, honest, accepting, encouraging, fun, happy-go-lucky, jolly.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
People are going to receive that and reciprocate. And that's how you have fun. And that's why Magic is fun.
It's hard to not have fun when everybody around you is having fun.
That's really hard. You got to be some miserable prune asshole.
Yeah.
Or prude asshole. Would you pick your prune or prude poison?
Pick your PRU word.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to really be in a real shit state to not have fun when everybody else is. And if you are in that state, no judgment, but you got to look inside and think, why is that? And
or let your guard down and just let those other people that are having fun in a little bit. Just taste the water. Just taste the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, drink the damn Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
man.
that's how you never quit Magic.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean,
maybe it's because fun's addicting.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Dopamine hits and having fun and like going to Magic Fest and going to the Coachman with your friends after F&M.
Yeah.
Can we still call it F&M even though it's on Thursday?
EDH&M.
EDH&M. It's fun, and fun is addicting. That's why we keep coming back, I guess.
And again, if you're not having that fun, maybe you weren't into it that night. Maybe not everybody's being an asshole. Maybe you're just having maybe you had a shitty day and you didn't really realize it yet. Maybe you weren't feeling like playing Commander that night. That happens too, and that's okay. And don't let that poison the well or make you think like, oh, everybody's a fucking dick. Because nobody's been an asshole in that situation. You just had a rough day.
Not everybody on Twitter's an asshole. It just seems like that. And
it just seems like that all the time.
You don't need to buy every single booster pack and every single card from every single set every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I fucking do.
Sometimes you can just take a break.
Right into my veins.
This is me telling you even maybe. Maybe you don't need that. Maybe you don't need the pressure of that or like your decks aren't going to suffer. Your content's not going to suffer.
No.
The only person suffering is you if you're making yourself do that and you're not enjoying that. And that's what's important about the message, take a break. It doesn't mean quit Magic.
Yeah, you don't need to take a break from the Magic and take all your decks apart and sell your collection and stuff. It just means maybe don't play that week. Maybe don't play that night.
Yeah.
Maybe say, hey guys, I'm not feeling it. Can we set the game up for later in the week? And 90% of the people, if you know them, are going to be like, yeah, sure.
You know what? Here's the thing, and this is maybe the last thing we'll touch on because it's getting late for us. Sometimes, because I deal with Magic literally all week. We record usually on Saturdays. That means my entire morning from like when I wake up and answer emails and messages, chase down payments for alters because fucking procrastinating nerds are terrible to get payment from sometimes. I wake up, it's Magic until about 2:30 when I get home, export videos, send them to Joe, send him pictures and shit that he needs, right?
Right.
Sunday is like, okay, fine. I've disciplined enough and organized and schedule driven enough now to make Magic Sunday not a Magic day.
Sweet.
Monday rolls around, pre-show, posting, Twitter, it's up, go watch it. Tuesday, posting a show. Wednesday, and then altering cards fucking all day.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Commander at Populum goes up, altering cards all day. Thursday, altering cards, posting on Facebook, auctions. Friday, that's top 5 in 5 day, right? Magic every day. We play with the Dude Bros on Tuesday nights normally.
Yeah.
Thursday nights now is EDH&M.
Hell yeah.
Every single day of my week, except for sometimes Sunday maybe, is Magic. That's if we're not recording video or something, right?
Yeah.
I get to EDH&M because I still like going and seeing my friends and going to the Coachman. I get there. I just talked about baseball with the shop owner for an hour and a half. Partly because there's no games, but also because he's my friend and I like to spend time with people in that setting talking about not Magic, talking about baseball, another thing I'm into. We could have talked about cars. We could have talked about Lord of the Rings, all other things that I'm into that I use as my break time. You do movies, you do games, right? You walk your dog. I bet you're not fucking listening to Magic podcasts when you're walking your dog.
Nah.
Mind you, lots of people do that.
I could, but I don't. There's probably lots of people listening to us right now while they're walking their dog, and we appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, very much so. The point is I get there, and it's like kind of the end of my week. Thursday is like when my real week is done. And sometimes, I play Magic. Cool, it's fun. Sometimes I don't. That's fun too because I'm still spending time with my friends and I still get to go and get, buckets of beer, 2 for $1 appies. Beer and a burger, $12. That's the Thursday special, says Aaron.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Burgers are good.
I'll just skip supper and have beer and a burger.
There you go.
Wow, that's not till 9 o'clock though, hey?
So? Eat a late lunch.
Good point.
You work at home, dude.
You say, so? I say, good point.
Yeah. I don't understand the premise.
Maybe I don't have to skip supper and I'll just have beer and a burger anyways.
Why
Fuck
not?
them.
We can do whatever. We're adults.
Yeah.
We are adults. We choose what we eat, how we feel, all that stuff.
Well, sometimes my knee hurts. I choose to not have that happen, but it still does.
Well, you probably chose to do the thing that hurts your knee.
Mostly baseball.
Right? Yeah,
Yep.
See, that's what happens. I wish that I could fucking stand upright for more than half an hour without being in pain. But you know what? I really wanted to be a wrestler.
You get maul back. That's what that's called.
Yeah, now I'm all messed up.
You got messy up maul back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like maul back when you're a baby. You shit and it goes up your back. Except you
Gross.
fell onto some concrete.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I wear my backpack all the time. 'Cause it's heavy and it
Oh
bends
yeah,
me
you
back
need one of those
straight.
posture things.
Yeah.
You need one of those. No, don't get those because they kind of deactivate some of your actual postural muscles.
Yeah, no, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, no, you already got enough issues with that.
But I think that kind of puts the cap on it. The moral of the story is just be a good person and have your expectations set reasonably and don't expect everybody to know them and honestly, to give a shit about them when you tell them. Everybody wants to play Magic and have a good night with good people. And if you are in that mindset and you're a good person, which I know you are because you're in the nation, you're going to be okay.
That sounds like a final thought of the day.
Big thanks to FusionGamingOnline.com. They are your source for all your gaming needs.
Oh, peep this too.
Oh.
I know not everybody lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba, because why would you?
Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would.
But if you're ever there, I just saw some pictures from the newly renovated Fusion Games on. They say Pembina Avenue in Winnipeg. We say Pembina.
Were we invited to the grand reopening?
No, but we are invited there.
Everybody's invited there, Ryan. It's a store.
Oh, you're right. I'm trying to convince them to hold like an EDH event, but they're not there yet. And lots of places in the country are not there yet.
Yeah, they're not. They are not where we are, and that's okay.
right. But when they are, I mean, maybe we'll meet them halfway.
We'll hang out in Yorkton.
Brandon, Manitoba.
Brando and Brandon, it could be good.
Hey, baby, BBO, and I'll just stay home.
No, don't do that.
Oh man, that's great. Big thanks to Fusion.
Yes.
Official business daddies. CCO Fusion 5 for 5% off your entire order, not just Magic. If you want D&D or dice or Pokemon cards, or if you want to buy Dragon Ball Z sleeves for your Magic deck, I don't know if that works, but maybe it does.
I think that they had what was it called? What the hell was a card called?
I want to do that now.
Annie Mayhem. That's what the game was called. They're the same size as Magic cards.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Well, it's a common size, right?
Yeah, it's it's playing cards, right? It's the size of a. Or is it bigger?
I know a Magic card is 63 millimeters by 88 millimeters.
I've never actually held the two up together.
I don't know.
Whatever. The point is, we're going to be back next week with another super exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast.
You're gonna see his face
in our theme song.
That's our mouth moving so Joe can sync up the audio. Okay.